the Panopticon where we came to find Dylan, but he is in fact down in the executive sector with Emily and all the other FBC agents. This place is a house of horrors, dead bodies everywhere. And I mean, Occam's razor and all that, like, it seems fairly obvious that Dylan, it's not obvious, but it would be the obvious thing for Dylan to be a villain here. Maybe there's going to be more of a twist to it, but obviously he's been imprisoned here for all of his adult life and more than half of his life as a child. Treated as a prisoner, as a monster in a lot of ways, sort of groomed as a potential director himself, only to be not deemed correct for that role. And then we have the role of Jesse in all this. And I speculated already he might not have good feelings toward Jessie as the older sister who left him behind, who never came and rescued him, and is now herself the director and tied and in charge of, in a lot of ways, the corporation that's caused him so much strife and anguish in his life. So that would be the obvious thing, in my opinion. He's going to be maybe in charge of the Hiss, or collaborating with them at the very least. Maybe he released that entity and is working with them if he's not in charge of them. But he's obviously, without a HRA, he's not vulnerable to it. So that would be my guess. But we need to go all the way back to executive to kind of deal with that. So it'd be best if we explore here first. I'm not just going to fast travel back there. We will make our way back properly. And now, I think I've solved the screen tearing stuff by uncapping the VSync in-game, putting my monitor resolution back up to maximum, restricting it in NVIDIA control panel to 60 frames, and seems to have worked. There's no screen tearing that I can notice here, and there wasn't any in any of the cutscenes. So apologies that previous videos have had all of that in it. I just didn't find the right combination to get it working. Right, let's have a read. So a Dylan Faden observation. Is there a year on this? We'll just have to presume this is fairly recent then, or very recent. So daily observations, confidential. 9:30, breakfast is brought. 9:54 AM, gets out of bed, uses toilet and returns to bed. A few minutes later, asks for the television to be turned on. The staff oblige. A few minutes later, lunch is brought, breakfast is removed. He eats his lunch. At 2:30, he uses the toilet. 4 o'clock, begins talking to self. Recording speech is not possible due to noise from the television. A few minutes later, he becomes upset, throws lunch tray at the glass. A couple of minutes later, he is sedated. Crew clean the cell. Television's turned off. 6:15 in the evening, comes to, asks for television to be turned on, but the staff refuse. A few minutes later, he sleeps. Asterisk, the television privileges were refused due to his previously hostile behaviour. Okay, becoming more and more frustrated with his circumstances. We have clearance 5, don't we? So I'm guessing that Hiss might spawn in here. It'd be nice if we could just explore the place without that tension. We've got a gantry here, so maybe let's have a look up here first. We can fly after all, so... I heard something. You can always hear something in this game, let's be honest! Right, definitely feels boss roomy. A little bit, right? Right, is there a control point in here that will maybe rearrange some of this? Yeah, I think so. Right, so the rest of the gantry is blocked off. So yeah, Dylan's very much going to be the monster that they have created themselves, I think. The problem with imprisoning someone or something more powerful than you. Yeah, major target, yeah.
Alright, I won't take up too much of your time today, Dylan.
Carla.
Like I said, I want to talk about Jessie, your sister.
What about her?
I just want to get your perspective. What do you think of her? What kind of person is she? That sort of thing.
I adored my sister. When I was little, I mean.
Past tense.
Back in ordinary.
And you don't anymore?
When I first got here, sure. I'd always hoped she'd come too. Find me, to take me home. We went everywhere together. Why should this be any different? Casper said she could come too, to the Bureau. If she wanted to. But she never did.
Why do you think that is?
Because she didn't care about me. She always wanted to be out on her own, seeing the world. She always said so. Maybe she got what she wanted.
Great. So, she wanted to see the world. Did she ever mention any place in particular?
Why?
We like to ask questions around here, you know that. Any particular cities, towns, landmarks, anything like that?
I don't remember.
What about family and friends? Were you close with anyone living outside of Ordinary?
I'm done with this. Tell Casper I want pizza for lunch today.
Dylan, wait, we're not... End of session.
Wow, Carla, that was some rank amateur question in there. You can't just build trust over the course of like 30 seconds, right? Build rapport, or whatever police officers call it. So they're obviously trying to determine Jessie's whereabouts. So our name is written on the glass in blood, which we'd already seen a little preview of. I mean, I'm guessing it's blood. Man, can we have a torch? It'd be so useful. No, maybe Jessie isn't. There's blood all over the place, but I don't know if that looks like it's a darker colour, perhaps. What a grim cell, though. I mean, like the corrugated iron flooring, I mean, that's a bit harsh, right? They could have given him some carpet or something. That makes you really feel like a prisoner. I mean, I remember when I was, how old was I? 19 or 18, I was doing some work experience with a not a barrister, obviously that's not what I became because I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, someone who goes around a lot of prisons talking to inmates about and anyway, so we were going around a lot of prisons, and you see the conditions of the cells, how each prison is kind of slightly different to each of the others. I saw 2 category C prisons, so they're typically non-violent offenders, but yeah, some of the older buildings, the cells were just like the mattress like that thin, and yeah, tiny windows. But then one of the other prisons we went to was like an old was like an open plan prison, so it was like an old miners' town. It was a women's prison. So you know, there were just houses that were like shared living quarters. So it was just interesting seeing like the varying conditions. Like the men's category C prison was quite grim, particularly in the older buildings. Right, I don't think there's anything else in here really, in terms of stuff we can read or anything we can access. Randomly placed computers. It definitely feels like all of this stuff is going to move eventually. But it definitely feels as I thought it would with Dylan. Resentful of Jesse for leaving him behind. Slightly petulant personality, probably. Being institutionalized as a child means you're not going to be particularly well socialized, right? Particularly when you're treated as a prisoner for most of that time. You're only interacting with adults, which would perpetuate your feelings of being a child the whole time. Sorry, were there any windows on the other side for us to break through? We open this one. No, it's a solid brick wall. Nothing else to read. I hope I didn't miss anything significant there. Right, now, on the way out, we do need to stop by man who's staring at fridge. Wherever that was. That was on... Which floor was that on? Right, there is a different room to our right. I don't know if it's on this floor. But we'll have a look. We'll go past the deadly swan. That creeps me out, honestly. I don't think we can actually get to this said place. That swan freaks me out, man. Right, so through this door there is another complex or facility. Can we float over there? Probably. Fortified unit. Fortified unit 815. I'm sorry. Okay, we can't get in. Oh, really? Jesus. Should have used shield. I always like the shield is just not the first thing that I think of for whatever reason. Oh well, we're back here anyway. The thing is, like, when I loaded in, there he is anyway. I had to run across that bridge and no one spawned on it. But... Okay, I guess we head back. Well, I'd like to deal with this guy first.
Keep your eyes open, Philip. Keep them open.
Hey, what can I do?
Oh, you're back. Oh, thank you, thank you. If I look away, I don't know what this thing will do. You have to get me out of here. The door can only be opened by the Panopticon supervisor. That's Langston, if he's still around.
Yeah, he is.
Langston. Yeah, I know him. I'll go ask him how to get you out.
Please hurry. My eyes, they can't.
Hey, calm down. Just focus. What's your name?
Focus, right. My name's Philip, and I think I can hold on for a bit. It's just my eyes. My eyes hurt so much.
Just hang on, Philip.
You can't blink. Right. Let's take the elevator then. Oh! God. Nearly died. I could just float down there, I imagine. Let's not get ambushed mid-air again. That would be frustrating. And then we'll try and get back to executive. After we help poor Philip. So we know from reading about that fridge that it destroyed an entire city building, right? So whatever happens when you don't look at it, it's not good. What an awful job to have. So going to the first floor. I'm coming back, Philip. The elevator's just a bit slow. I bet I lost a load of sauce from dying there. Damn it! Sorry, we got our grenade launcher now anyway. I should probably float down actually, because that probably means we get access to floors 2 and 3. Yeah. Good God, it's dark. Have any of these changed? Oh, was there another elevator? Am I next to it? Oh, for God's sake. Right, a bridge means a battle, I imagine. Running downstairs from me. Where the hell did everyone go? That said officer. Okay, obviously it didn't block that. Well, where are you going, man? Bloody hell. Oh, every time, sorry. Let me in, Langston. Stop combing your hair over and get Philip out of here.
I guess life's a breach, huh? I'm funny.
Yes, yes, you are. Life's a breach.
There's someone named Philip up in a cell. He's watching a refrigerator and very rapidly losing it.
Philip? Oh shit, I forgot about fridge duty. He's been in there for over a day.
Oh my God.
You forgot about him?
There's a lot going on. The hiss, the Benikoff TV. Considering the number of things I'm juggling, ma'am, I think it's...
Listen, it's fine. We just need to get him out of there. He said you'd be able to open the cell door?
Yeah, I can unlock it on my terminal. There. Done. Door open. But Philip can't just leave. The fridge is behaving erratically. Ocular contact is the only thing that seems to placate it. If we don't have someone in there watching it 24/7, people will die.
I'll figure something out. I'm pretty good with these things.
Being pretty good with altered items isn't standard bureau procedure, ma'am.
He doesn't know us very well. I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
No respawns. I could have fast traveled, couldn't I? We're in the same building though. Seems a bit erroneous. Yeah, I could totally float down here, but so I'll try that on the way back. Although this feels like it's a loading screen, it probably isn't. Yeah, there's definitely platforms to jump down from onto. Yeah, it's a bit confusing how the respawn system works. I was talking to one of you in the comments, like in a Souls-like game, the game sort of always tells you, look, if you rest or if you die, all the enemies are just going to respawn. But it'll be the same enemies in the same places, whereas, I don't know, the places where the enemies spawn seem to come back like sporadically, never in a consistent fashion. But it might just be a simple...
Hello? Jesse?
I'm back. I'm coming in.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Jesse? The fridge is doing something!
Philip? If I look away, it hurts me.
Oops, okay. Oh god. This count of looking away? I just wanted to tag the mission. Oh, really? This is bizarre. So they didn't...
It sounds like the board, but I can't understand it. The fuck?
Got all that my energy. There was a hole in the floor. Oh. So maybe this thing is like a weird object of power and not an altered item. Altered items can't be bound to a person, I don't believe. So maybe they miscategorized it or something. Sugar. Wait. What floor am I on?
Hello? Jesse?
I'm back. I'm coming in.
Thank you. Jesse? The fridge is doing something!
Philip?
Subdue. Where did that hole in the floor come from?
This sounds like the board, but I can't understand it. What the fuck?
Well, this just gets worse and worse. With the holes in the floor, man. Oh, and I should probably be floating, but you know, we need energy to do that, so that is going to run out at some point. A stingy checkpoint system is probably one of the bigger gripes here.
Hello? Jesse? Jesse? The fridge is doing something!
I'll read that in. I'll have to read that on the way out. I mean.
If I look away, it hurts me.
Oh god, hashtag. It's an obsessive Twitter user.
Sounds like the board, but I can't understand it. What the fuck?
Oh! No energy. Right, is that a hole? Right, where's the holes? I'm trying. Got him somehow. Oh, I nearly fell in another hole.
No black pyramid here.
How strange.
The fridge seems fixed. Did fighting that thing off change something?
Okay, what happened to Philip? He's just dead. He's just a wet smear now. He was a nice guy. An employee incident review. Incident in question occurred on redacted and was brought to HR department's attention by the internal security personnel who intervened. According to reports supported by security camera footage, Agent Filson entered the staff kitchen with the intention of consuming his private meal. A homemade sandwich cut diagonally and packed into a plastic container, but discovered the refrigerator had redacted his meal. Agent Filson began to kick the Bureau-owned appliance as he expressed his frustration in a loud and profane manner. This behaviour caused multiple staff members present to become alarmed. Security was alerted soon after. Filson complied with security's commands to desist. Recommendation: Agent Filson was reprimanded and suspended for the remainder of the ongoing work week. The review committee recommends one non-mandatory counselling session. Okay. I've got one dead Philip. Right, I'm going to try and float my way down. Please, no spawns. Yeah, we can do this, no worries. So we're on archives at the minute. There is stuff here, interestingly enough, so we can have a little explore. I guess we maybe need to activate them for elevator use. A tree. The globe? Yeah. Huh. Oh, right, we've not been in here. Let's check this out then while we're here. We might be getting ourselves into some trouble here. Most certainly are. Did I just kill a member of staff? Oh god. Get out of here. Oh, great. Big unkillable blob. I mean, I imagine there might be a way we can deal with them eventually. They scare the hell out of me. I really don't think you can hide from them either. Jesus. Oh, Christ. Whatever's in here, it better show itself. Is there nothing here? Some loot? That thing will have followed me. Altered item behavior changes. Fuck this! Those things scare me to death. Now I don't know which way's out. I'm lost. I'm turned around. Right, we're paused. They can't get me in the menu. Right. Panopticon methods proposal. Process and best practices. Panopticon containment procedures proposal. In this proposal, I'd like to explore the matter of containment policy. When an altered item enters the oldest house, we thoroughly investigate any possible combination of actions or words or material that will prevent the item from applying its altered effect. However, I work with these entities every day, and I have a good reason to believe that a less convoluted form of containment is possible. The items crave redacted. If we initiate a series of redacted praising the items, or perhaps incorporating their images into pieces of redacted, that could be visited Throughout the Bureau, I believe the altered items would behave without needing to resort to redacted or redacted, which only lead to the items feeling mistreated. If we treat them like criminals, we can't be surprised when they try to escape. Alright, fine. Kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. God. Right, this was Salvador's ID. Big fella. Altered item behavior changes. Recently, there have been some alarming changes of behavior in altered effect in 2 altered items in the Panopticon. The redacted and the redacted have become much more aggressive, with entirely new effects manifesting for no discernible reason. The items have been investigated for updated containment procedures to counter those new effects, with one successfully discovered to be contained by constant visual contact. But this development is worrying. What if all the altered items undergo this behavioural change? We need to find out why this is happening, what is changing. Handling these altered items has also resulted in numerous Panopticon staff being redacted. I would say they've gone to the astral plane, but these aren't objects of power. No one of them has come back. This, plus the uptick in astronauts not returning from their dives, has me wondering what the hell is going on. Is anyone looking into this? Is there any plan? Refer to redacted for the full report. Yeah, this place kind of starting to feel a bit doomed. Not a bit, completely doomed. Besides the hiss, I mean, right? Like, it just seems like everything's going wrong. Maybe Dylan is at the centre of that, orchestrating all of this. God, this thing scares me to death. Cool. What?
TV! Let's watch Donkeys in Space!
It's not safe.
Hello?
But Star Captain Eagle!
I can't do anything, the game's froze.
Working with a stick?
Okay. Bureau rule number 74. Always be suspicious of things that weren't there before.
What?
Looks safe to me.
Donkeys in Space!
Wait! It's not even plugged in!
And the TVs in Alan Wake were a bit buggy as well, right? Strange. Hello? Please, someone save me. Oh, what do you want me to do now? Okay, I had to reload the game. It just got locked in that particular section, so I'm not going to go back there. I'm just going to go and speak to Langston. So let's float our way down there. Alright, so this was archives, this is where we just were. Oh wait, does this not take up energy? Is there another floor below this? Beside the underside bridge? Guess not. Alright. Right, oh, got ability points. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How many do we need? 3 extra launch damage. I think we just try and max this out, to tell you the truth. Being able to launch other enemies would be pretty slick. But we need some more ability points before we can do it. Let's just take a buff to the damage. Let's just max this out, then we don't have to think about it. I could upgrade a few of these. I do really like this. I like stuff that doesn't require me to aim for too long. And I feel like Shatter's negated a little bit by the melee damage. Let's take this. I know it was quite expensive. Right, extra damage while on low health. Sure. Oh, I've got. I unlocked this. I didn't realise. Oh, energy recovery speed. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, let's just talk to Langston and then go and.
Hey, listen to this. Containment failure in Panopticon cell 69. Get it? 69.
I do not see what is humorous about an escaped paranatural entity originating from cell 69, sir.
But you just said it. Come on, you guys. It's funny.
No, it really isn't, mate.
How'd it go? Where's Philip?
Philip's gone. Something happened before I could get him out.
Poor Philip. He never did like fridge duty. But if you're here, then who's watching the fridge?
The fridge is fine now. I took care of it.
You don't just take care of altered items. What did you do?
I touched it and wound up in the astral plane. This thing was in there. It was huge, had one big eye. Wasn't friendly.
We've been getting reports from the astronauts lately about something fitting that description.
Really?
The astral plane is usually connected to our world through objects of power, not altered items. If this thing is linking itself to altered items, then it's clearly powerful. This may happen again.
Do you think that thing is what got Philip?
Must have been. The Panopticon is a dangerous place. The agents all know the risks. But, since you're some sort of altered item whisperer, I've got a list of others for you to corral. The Hiss are causing containment breaches left, right, and center. Here, start with these. I'll see if there are any others missing while you're gone. My life just got a whole lot easier.
I'll see you later, Langston.
You guys didn't bring, like, checkers.
Sorry. Right. So we've got Langston's Runaways. So, yeah, these I guess might be boss fights, I guess. Yeah. We've got a bunch of side quests. So what we'll do is, we'll go and speak to Dylan. Because that's quite important. I haven't got that much time left in the video now. But can I get up to whatever that is now? Huh. Have we got an ability point for that? No respawns. shot that? Yes, wah, exactly. Right, we've got this open now, so we can just cruise on through. Obviously, navigating this place can be quite stressful, so I will try to. It's weird because using the elevator is sort of like fast travel anyway, but well, it is. Well, it's a loading screen. See, and then these enemies haven't respawned in here. It's just curious, right? Maybe there's just a timer on it, and it's not to do with checkpoints and stuff. Go to executive. And then depending on what happens here, I'd like to, you know, do some side questing, do some exploration and stuff. Enemies are on about level 4 now. Okay, this should be fascinating.
Best of luck.
Thanks. That was so ominous sounding. Oh, we got 4 ability points. Blimey. Right, being able to throw enemies would be cool. More energy obviously is good. More health is good. Shield. The shield I just use so sparingly, but it is good. I do think it is very useful, particularly when you're low health. Or as a really powerful enemy. Seize is good in terms of having a distraction, right? For when there are lots of enemies. We've got levitate now. Ground slam. Press right stick when levitating to slam into the ground and damage nearby enemies. Extra ground slam damage. Ground slam damage. Okay. Because we've invested so much in launch, I feel like we should unlock at least the first 2 levels here. But this secondary tree would be pretty nice. So yeah, what I think I'm going to do, because we're getting caught by quite a lot of grenades, I'm going to unlock this first 2 layers here. And then after this, we should probably stick at least the beginning bit into levitation. Maybe focus on buffing our energy, which will obviously complement our launch damage. We do need a bit more health. And, but maybe there's going to be more stuff to unlock. I mean, it seems like, given where the menus go, that it might be full now. Oh, we just need more source. We've got enough for it. Yeah, I'm down for upgrading it. What will it upgrade though? Increases base damage. And the final mod slot.
Oh my god, did she have to write everything in her made up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall with her CIA spy shit. God.
What's this? What a record on. Ask Arish about the jukebox token. Jessie found a strange jukebox token, and she'll need to speak to Arish to find out more. Hey, maybe Dylan's not here then. Arish?
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
Ah, that is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up in the weirdest places, like bad pennies. The Rangers use them to activate an old object of power.
A jukebox, I assume. Does it have any good songs?
Nope, just the one record. Hey, be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the formation.
The formation? That sounds ominous. Why does it send you there?
The Bureau has been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but... Well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the quarry. Well, no one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation from maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much. We only send in annual expeditions to the formation now. Checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team went in the day the hiss arrived. Come to think of it, the song should have brought back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate that. The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over there. Just put in the token and enjoy the ride.
Are these new?
What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall? Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised. She does have a bad habit of disappearing, though.
Yeah, I noticed.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days.
Days?
Typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
I wonder what she finds so interesting in the quarry.
Well, these are new. I just wanted to try one to see if the colour, because they're slightly different colour, yeah? Yeah, the black rock.
What's the deal with Blackrock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on Blackrock. Ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. Me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
Anything more about Darling?
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do. Now he's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be?
At least tell us what he's released or what dangers he's created, right?
You're security, right? Do you work with Rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
No. And something about thresholds?
How does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her Rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now, down in maintenance, thresholds are used just like any other tool. Lab coats mine black rock from one, maintenance siphons water from another. We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it? Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's pretty gross.
I didn't want to know. I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, Stop by any time.
Jukebox tokens can be constructed at control points or earned through Bureau alerts, Bureau board countermeasures, expeditions, and defeating elite enemies. Where did he say I can use it? Oh, in the Juke, right. We can just follow the checkpoint. Where is he?
The resonance emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the Hiss signal it can arrange. But how did Darling create it?
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late? How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the Hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Okay, Emily. Research and records, speech analysis. Analysis of the hiss threat, part 3. If we understand the hiss to be a force based on the vibration and resonance, then perhaps their incantation, which is now the agreed upon term for their vocalizations, is an effort to express that resonance using human vocal cords and speech. Would there be differences if the incantation were recited in a different language? The most common word used is want. Interestingly, every usage of the word is attributed to a you. You want to listen, you want this to be true, you must want these waves to drag you away. Are we the you and the hiss are referring to? Does the hiss believe humanity, possibly all non-hiss life, wants to join it? Be consumed by it? Is that the goal? The second most used words are through and time. Is this possibly the hiss stating how they arrived here, or an indication of its age? There's clear intention in the words. Dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommend, is beyond idiotic. Refer to redacted for the full report. Timeline of events. Analysis of the hiss threat, part 4. We've examined the invasion's timeline of events for possible patterns of hiss behavior. Establishing a timeline is difficult at present because of lack of reliable communications between bureau sectors and staff. Preliminary models indicate ground zero of the invasion is located within the executive sector. Once it becomes possible to interview surviving personnel, pinpointing the exact location should be feasible. Other outstanding questions that a timeline may help to answer. How did the hiss get past the internal lockdown? How does hiss resonance advance through space, deliberately or uniformly? What's their ultimate goal? The outside world, a cross-dimensional destination? Refer to the redacted for a full report. Alright. So he's just upstairs?
Did you hear that the hiss prisoner they captured is the director's brother?
Brother? And she brought him here. She's gonna get us all killed.
What if she's working with the hiss? Isn't it strange?
I'm guessing it's here, right? This isn't good.
You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror, inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the way. You've always been a new you. You want us to control. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Through time, the thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. You are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunderstorm distorts you.
That's
Happiness
Dylan.
comes, white pearls,
Can
but
you hear
yellow and
me?
red in the eye.
Oh, come on, Dylan. I'm here. I found you.
Into the way. You've always been a new you. You want us to control.
Do you know who I am? Oh, you know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign. Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to
stop
be
that?
true.
Please. Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only truth. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orangefield.
Shit. Shit. He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small. In Ordinary. In the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years. After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The egg cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home. The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny. I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Your regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jessie. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the Containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador.
Yeah.
What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me. We can end this.
You are a worm through time. You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness.
Can we talk to him about anything?
I don't know what else I'm hoping to find here.
Dylan. Can we talk?
I'd like to tell you about a dream I had last night.
No, no.
Off to a good start.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary, before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
Sure.
What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
You are a worm through time. The thunders hum
That's a really curious thing for him to say.
Through a mirror, the inverted is made right.
That maybe we were one person.
Through the surface into the web. You've always been you want this to be true. We stand around you while you train. You can almost hear.
Let's talk to him again.
Forget. This happens.
Maybe Dylan's still in there. Maybe there's a way to reach him.
I'd like to talk to my brother, please. Dylan?
Dylan would like to tell you about a dream he had just now.
This again?
I was going to be the new director of this place. I helped you get a job here so that we could be together. You were an office assistant. You'd make coffee and deliver the mail, and there was always plenty of work to do. And it stayed that way, forever and ever. It was nice. Really nice.
That's debatable.
But here's the strange thing. The dream shifted, and none of it was real anymore. It was a game. We were in a game, and it was a fucking boring game. But you couldn't stop playing. And then it shifted again. Or maybe it was another dream already. Or maybe I'm just confusing them. But in this other dream, it was more like a musical. This is an ordinary song about an ordinary girl from an ordinary town. It's the ordinary story. She worked an ordinary job in an ordinary office. Something. And that's all I can remember of that dream.
Maybe that's for the best.
You are a worm through time.
I think that's enough dream interpretation for now. Oh god, he has to be confronted with the picture of us there. God, right, okay. That's a lot to take in, right? A lot to take in. Right, so, right, we've got a lot of side quests. So, before we head back to the Panopticon, I'd like to crack on with all this other stuff. I mean, the Langston stuff is in the Panopticon anyway. But yeah, I'd like to locate Dr. Underhill. The anchor, obviously we can get to now that we can fly. That'll be a pretty easy one. I think we can just fast travel there, so we'll probably do that first. Then maybe try the token in the jukebox, then maybe head to the old growth. Back in Central Research. That might be the quest that we that might be to do with where we already went when we dropped down into the mouldy bit. That might be to do with that as well. Yeah, when we head back to the Panopticon, we've got all of these. I guess they're all. I guess they might be like self-contained boss fights. I guess is one way of looking at it. But yeah, Dylan was sort of what we'd imagined, right? Quite childlike because of being institutionalized when he was younger. A bit bitter towards Jesse for not saving him and rescuing him. Wants to escape, exposed to the horrors of the Bureau and their experiments, and affected by the hiss. It'll be interesting to see whether we can turn him around or not. So we'll pick it up from here next time, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a thumbs up if you did. Just remember, everybody, never trust an on-crate. I'll see you next time.